Alright lads, and welcome to the first edition of the Betfred Super League prediction and review show from the Dartboard vlog. The way this I'm going to do this is it's 3 o'clock now on Friday the 26th, so before the ball's even kicked I'm going to give you my predictions and my predictions and a bit of what I think of the games coming up, and then the second half of the video will be after all the games have been played, and I'm either gloating that I've got it all right, or eating a humble pie because I don't know nothing about rugby. Alright, so yeah, basically, I am a massive Saints fan. I have been since I've been a little lad, so I'm not going to lie. I hate Wigan, don't like Warrington, and if I offend your team, I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. If you want to give me a bit of stick back, the comment section's below for that, so yeah. Just please don't skip me tash. So yeah, first up, Friday night, the mighty Saints up against Salford. Salford with a new coach in, so I reckon it's not going to be an easy game this, I don't think. First game of the season, it's not going to be like last year where we absolutely blitzed them. I think they're going to be up for this. I do believe so. But with that being said, I think give them 60 minutes. I think it'll be a contest, and I think things are going to start opening up, and we're going to wipe the floor with them basically. And yeah, sorry Salford, but I think we're going to take you to the sword, or take the sword to you, whatever it is. But yeah, that's the one. Saints, Salford. Then we're going to win with about 20, I reckon. Yeah, easy, no problem. Then straight after that, we've got the newly promoted League Centurions against the Filth, Wigan. Yeah, I think maybe Lee, I'm hoping that they just smash them. They're not going to win. Wigan's got too much quality on the park, I reckon. And they got Bateman back as well. Bateman, he's been killing it in Australia. And he's an absolute gan, as they say. But Lee's, they're not going to win, are they? I feel a bit sorry for Lee because, they've not been given much time to prepare for Super League, and then they've got to try and stay up with less dispensation money. I'm not going to get into the politics of the game, but that stinks because, yeah, on this channel we're not doing that. We're not doing the whole, these are all wrecking rugby league. We're not doing that. No, we're just not. This is fun. Anyway, yeah, Wigan, I think they're going to be, yeah, let's be honest, the competition is between Saints and Wigan this year, and everyone else don't stand a chance. But that's just the way it is. Next up, Wakefield versus Leeds. Leeds have got Kyle Eastman back. Sorry Leeds, but Kyle, he's a good rugby player in his right, but he's not played rugby league for 10 years, and he is not the same Kyle Eastman that's left St Helens in 2011. Sorry, he's not played the game for 10 years, and the game's moved on from 2011. So I don't know. I might stand to be corrected, but I just can't see it. I hope I am. I want Leeds to be a strong team because I kind of miss that rivalry that we used to have with them years ago. But I don't dread playing them anymore because they're just not that good. Like, they've come off a year where they've won the cup, and I hope they can build on it for their sake, because you know what, I miss them away days at Edinburgh where absolutely bouncing, and you've been nervous for the game, you really wanted to win it. But yeah, I just don't fear Leeds anymore, and I wish I did, to be honest, because it makes the league better. But yeah, to be honest, I don't really fear anyone this year. But yeah, I want to be able to fear Leeds again. But yeah, with that being said, Leeds, I think Wakefield's a bit of a bogey team for them, but I do think they're going to come out firing. But I don't think it's going to be a one-sided game. I think this is going to be a contest. Yeah, it's going to be a contest. Leeds, maybe that half-back role, I don't know what the word is to describe. Like, they're going to need time to gel, aren't they? That's what I'm looking for. They're going to need time to gel. I think they're going to win, but I think the winning factor is going to be that they're just a bigger, faster, stronger team. So that's it, yeah. Catalan versus Hull KR. Yeah, I never ever back Catalan. Why would you? Because they just don't live up to the hype, do they? Like, ever. ever. I mean, they got to the semi-final last year and we smoked them. But, you know, there's an argument there, if it wasn't for the percentage system, would they have even got to that semi-final? I'm not too sure. But Catalan, they don't travel well. They got some great players. James Maloney, Tompkins. You know, they've always had a good team. They just don't really tend to perform, do they? But, you know, let's be honest, OKR, they'll have a dig at anyone, and I think they will have a dig this year. I think every game they're going to play and they're going to compete. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I reckon it's going to be quite tasty, to be fair. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to go for OKR for a bit of a shock. Hull FC versus Huddersfield. I'm going to go for Huddersfield. They've got Ian Watson there this year, and I think he's going to be looking to, you know, kick Huddersfield into shape and really live into their potential. They've got Aidan Caesar, but is he that great? If he's going to be great, he's going to be great this year. But yeah, he is a game changer. But you know, I'm not entirely sold. But if I was a Hull fan, by the way, I'd be so frustrated. You're going to have to excuse me. I've got a bad sort of Hull, if I was a Hull fan, I'd be really frustrated, and that is not me trying to be disrespectful to Hull fans. I love Hull fans actually, because they actually turn up in numbers for an away day, which is always cool to see, and they're a good laugh in the pub before and after a game. So shout out to the Hull fans, but I would be really frustrated if I was you, because you sign quality and they just seem to let you down. Like they'll pull together a performance, and then you'll all be like, "Oh, is this it? This return of Hull being good again?" And then you just turn out crap. That Connor, like, I'd be frustrated with him if I was a Hull fan. All the talent in the world, and he just plays like an idiot sometimes. Just is, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if my memory serves me right, Johnny Lomax's testimonial a couple of years ago, you know, I think he got banned for the first round of Super League because he gobbed off in a friendly. What's all that about? You know what I mean? Like, you just don't do it. It's stupid. But yeah, I think, yeah, I'm going to go for Huddersfield. I think they've recruited quite well, in particular the coach. You know, Watson took Salford to a grand final after being, almost relegated. So I believe that he could probably do, you know, a good job with Huddersfield and probably get them back to the top of the league where they was probably 10 years ago. And then last but no means least, Cash versus Warrington. I'm going to go for Cash. Yeah, I think, you know, Warrington, are they really any good? I think, don't get me wrong, yes, they are a good side, but they're not one of the big boys. I think that's what does me head in about Warrington. It's not the actual team, it's the fans that are deluded. They're so delusional. They think they're a big boys in Super League, and they're just not. I mean, they think that, like, we're the big derby and we want to beat Wigan. We're not bothered about Warrington. Warrington aren't on our radar, really. Don't get me wrong, we love being your big brother and slapping you around. You can have your cup win a couple of years ago, but until you win that Super League, you're not one of the big boys. I'm sorry, you're just not. But I'm going to go for a Cash win. Steve Price is leaving at the end of the year. I think that team's getting on a bit now and it's a bit aged. And Blake Austin, I think he's been, he's good against crap teams, isn't he? He's good against a crap team, but I think he's a bit of a paper bag. He takes, all you got to do to beat Warrington, line him up, smack him as hard as you can legally, and he goes out the game. That's it, job done. Because they've lost Murdoch Masilla this year. I'm not sure who they've got in to replace him actually, but they've got, what's his name, the Philbin in the pack. I rate him, he's good, and he gets stuck in. Give credit where it's due. But I think, yeah, it's one of them, innit? I don't really rate him. I don't think they're going to do much this year. I think they're going to be poor. But yeah, Castle win. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll let this round play out, and then I'll get back on Sunday. Either be gloating because everything I said was right, or I'll be eating humble pie or disaster, Saints got beaten, I'll be eating me hat. But yeah, see you on Sunday. Come on, Saints.
On the clock there, 8.5 minutes. So Johnston gets the pass from Miller, and Tom Johnston gives away. Johnston has got Miller on the inside. Has Miller got the legs? No, Johnston's got the legs. Tom Johnston has gone the length of the field to score a sensational.
Manages to keep that ball low.
Fage, little chip kick. Sargentson claims it. No, he doesn't. It's claimed by Mark Percival instead. And Fage with the kick, Percival with the try, picking the pocket of the Salford fullback.
Got a few right here, didn't I? First game up was Saints, mighty Saints against the Salford Red Devils. And I think my prediction was pretty right, wasn't it? Salford, it was a contest till about 60 minutes, and then it wasn't. They wasn't good enough in the end. You know, as a Saints fan, I'm really chuffed about the new signings. What's his name? Sion Metaltia and Joel Thompson, the standouts. I would have liked to see a bit more of Ignatius Parser, but he got knocked out, didn't he? So he didn't come back. Hope he's well, but can't really judge what he's going to be like on that performance because he got knocked out. But yeah, he looked good for what I've seen. What I do like is the attitude of him. Sometimes, a lot of the times, these Aussies come over and they don't really perform, do they? A lot of the time, not all the time, a lot of the time. But you see them little extra efforts that they make, which as a fan, that's what you want to see because they're the things what we don't always notice that can win you championships. And after what I've seen in round one, we're on for the three-peat this year because let's get straight into the second match, which was the Filth, Wigan, against Lee. Wow, what a job Lee did. If I'm a Wigan fan now, I'd be like, how the hell did we let this happen? You're supposed to be coming off like a sickening defeat in the grand final from your bitter rivals, and that's what you turn out in round one. Good luck with your season, lads. Well, let's not take anything away from Lee. They started, didn't they, like an house on fire, and they frustrated Wigan and they got in the faces and they let them know they were there. They knew they wasn't the better side, so what did they do? They turned up and just went, sorry, we've got nothing to lose here. No one's expecting us to win, and everyone's expecting us to go down at the end of the year. So let's just bring you, and they did. Class, well done, Lee. Made up for you, and they beat us in a pre-season friendly. So do you know what? Good on you. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll shock some more teams this year, and you'll probably stay up on back of that. Maybe Wigan will go down. Yeah. So after that, we had Wakefield against Leeds. Yeah, what a game that was. I didn't see it all. I've only seen the highlights, and all I can say is Tom Johnston. Wow. If Tommy Makerson and Tom Johnson and John Johnstone aren't the wingers for the England team at the end of the year, I don't know. Like what? Both lads, they're just brilliant, aren't they? Johnston, his 2 tries, absolutely fantastic, and the one of them were, as a rugby league fan, you just sat watching, going, wow, this is class, and this is why I love watching the game. Yeah, brilliant to watch. But in the end, I think Leeds were just a little bit too strong, weren't they? I think maybe by the looks of things, could be wrong, but Luke Gale was the difference, wasn't it? Like he bossed that team around the field, and I think if Leeds can keep him fit all year, which he probably will because he's a smart player, then they're probably going to go well, and that team's going to build and gel, and when they've got like experience playing together throughout the course of the season, I think they'll go well. Hopefully they do. Like I said, I want Leeds to be like a rival like they used to be, and I want to fair play them. So yeah, well done. Who was on after that? I'm not doing these in any particular order, by the way. But yeah, after that we had Catalan against ULKR, and I did tip ULKR to win this, and they nearly did, didn't they? What did I say? Like Catalan, this is why they're frustrated and why you can never put money on him. They had that. What score was they up that? I've got it written down here. They was up 28-4 after 50 minutes. There was half an hour left. Granted, there's always plenty of time for a team to come back, But if you want to be a title contender and you want to do well in Super League, you need to ice teams at that point. Like that game should be dead and buried. There's no way Hull KR should be getting back into that game. But with that being said, nice one, Brian Hull back in Super League. Hat-trick on his first game back. And if you see the size of him lately, don't know what he's been eating in Australia, but Jesus, if you see the size of him, he's yowed. Yeah, good to see. And what a game to watch, sit there and watch. But in the end, I think, when you've got a competitor like James Maloney in your team and you're going down to golden point, you're probably going to back yourself out. So I wasn't surprised that Catalan actually won when it went to golden point, that is. But yeah, full credit to UK. It just goes to show this is why I was loving the round, because that game was gone. I wasn't paying any attention to it after it was 28-4. Because why? The game was done and dusted. So yeah, nice one, UKR. They're keeping us all entertained. What a game that was. So moving on to Sunday, which is today. We had, who was it first up? Was Hull FC versus Huddersfield. Alright, Hull's proved me wrong there. But they've also proved me right. They can always string a performance together. They just don't do it consistently enough. They did this last year. They turned up at Leeds and they hammered him. I think they put 40 on him. It was 40 points to 4 or something like that. Where Leeds were never in the game. They bossed them and everyone went, wow, Hull's going to do well this year, aren't they? Have you seen what they've just done to Leeds? And then, they just go, So, yeah, alright, you've won round one, but you've got to back it up now. I think that's the pressure on Hull now. They've got to back it up because, it just goes to show. But I think they will. Their defence, Huddersfield, to be fair to Huddersfield, they did have a lot of energy in that game. They had a lot of intent. Jermaine McGilvey had the best game I've seen in years, to be fair, since his 2017 World Cup performance, to be honest with you. I thought he had his best game since then that I've seen. Don't get me wrong, I don't watch all Huddersfield's matches, so I don't know. But yeah, he did. He had the best game that I've seen since then, and I thought he was outstanding, and unlucky to be on the losing team. But yeah, like I said, they've got a lot of new players, and they also need, like Leeds, they need a chance to gel and get to know one another, which I think they will. And I think they're going to be a force to reckon with. Don't judge them on round one, because they're going to be a good team this year. I think I do believe that. But with that being said, I just feel like Hull, I'm not sold on them yet. You do this for 6 rounds and beat some of the big boys, then I'll take you seriously. But right now I can't. Josh Reynolds, he got man of the match, but this is where I look at his defensive performance, and I'm not really sold. There's a reason why these players come from Australia, and it's because they're not wanted over there, especially a 31-year-old halfback. He might want to get Man of Steel this year, but he could probably do with sorting his defence out, to be honest. But well played, Hull. Congratulations on your win. But anyway, then we went on to Castleford on Warrington. They crap Warrington, aren't they? I'll take Cass. I said, didn't I, they'd win. Warrington, they're just not a good team. They need a serious shake-up. They're not good. I'm not convinced one bit on that performance at all. They had a couple of flashes here and there, but let's not forget that Gaz O'Brien went off, and who else did they lose? I can't remember, but they had a lot of reshuffling and a couple of injuries picked up there. And you know what? Credit to them, they adjusted really, really well. And Jake Truman probably had the best game I've ever seen him play. So well done, Cass, and just want to keep laughing at Warrington. And they've got to look forward to Greg English coming in, which I don't know. I'm no expert, but if you watch Sky Sports, he didn't look really well, did he? But I'm not convinced with Warrington this year. They just look like they wasn't I don't want to say they weren't interested, because let's be honest, when you watch a Super League game or a Rugby League game for that matter, everybody's always trying, aren't they? Not saying nothing's always working, but everybody's always trying. If you don't try in Rugby League, you're going to get hurt. And Rugby League players just aren't wired the way to not try, are they? But yeah, wire. Oh my God, they were awful. So my summary of the round is Saints are going to win the three-peat. I expected a lot more from Wigan. You ain't going to win nothing this year, boys. Warrington, we're all going to carry on laughing at you. Oh, and well done, Lee. And what's his name? Wallace from Lee. Haircut, mate. Thumbs up. You've got my man of the round just for your haircut. Anyway, I'll do another one of these next week. We're a little bit under the weather here, so my head's not really in this. But yeah, see you next time. I hope we can grow this. I'll do these videos a little bit better in future. But yeah, nice one. Wigan, rubbish. Warrington, rubbish. See you next time. Bye.